This is a knife review for the Benchmade 690. This review is brought to you from the Mamba-Venom channel on YouTube. Hi guys, this is a new review from the Mamba-Venom channel, and this time it will be my first review in the English language. I hope you'll excuse my language. This is a review of a now discontinued knife made by Benchmade. It is the Benchmade 690, designed by Elishewitz, custom knife maker, very famous one, and produced by the Benchmade knife company. They start producing it in the year 2001, and this knife holds a special meaningful to me. It was one of the first high-end production knife that I purchased. It actually is a knife that is copied from one of Elisewicz's design. Elishewitz is a very famous knife maker in the knife making community. He has a breakthrough and very original designs. He evolves and changes in designs. He started by being in high school and designing knife and having his knife produced by local knife makers. He's American born, but he spent his high school years in Thailand with his parents. They moved there, and there he designed knives and had local knife makers produce them. Then he moved back to the States and continued designing knives after his high school years, and still have them made by local knife makers where he was living. Afterwards, it was a natural transition to making his own knives, and now he's one of the most famous knife makers throughout the 1990s and beyond. His designers are always originals. He incorporates many high-end materials. He evolves. He does not continue to make the same models all over again for years. Every couple of years he changes his whole line of products or designs, and of course he have them also as collaboration with production knife companies. This specific blade was designed by him following one of his custom knife designs, and is meant to replicate it almost to the point. Benchmade knife company in the end of the 1990s and the beginning of the year 2000 was a very strong company, even more than it is today. It was very prominent in the fact that it was a very high quality production knife company, which only Spyderco has this degree in the knife making industry. Benchmade Designs has both original designs and custom knife collaborations with creators like Mel Pardour, Emerson, Alan Elishewitz, and others. This knife was featured first time in the 2001 catalog of Benchmade. It was actually the opening knife in the opening page of the catalog. This is how proud they were with this knife. It wasn't a cheap knife. It was every step was taken to make sure that this is a very high quality production knife, almost in the level of a custom knife that Elishewitz was producing at that time. You can see many design features like using high-end materials. This is rosewood stabilized, which means it was made impregnated with other material to make it stable and make it less prone to chipping. This is carbon fiber. Very rare at those times to make knives, a production knife from carbon fiber. It has two titanium anodized blue liners. Again, a very nice touch. Those special spacers that you can see now are only in the last few years with production knife. They were very special. This unique pocket clip, designed by teardrop shape called, made from stainless steel, tumbled stainless steel or stoneware stainless steel, which is also very unique to Elishewitz design. A very large diameter pivot pin, also very typical to an Elishewitz design. A clip point blade made of 154 cm stainless steel, which also was very high quality at that time. You can see an Elishewitz design logo, the steel used, and this is actually a first production run. All the first 1,000 units were numbered. This is the semi-serrated knife, which means it came also in a full. It came in a partially serrated version and also a regular version. It also had a black-coated version. The black-coated is called the boron carbide. It's a very hard coating used for rust prevention and also to give it a better look, or a different look. The knife itself is very pleasing to the eye, as you can see. One of the best looking that I have from production. Measurements: the blade is 3.25, 3¼ inches. The overall length is 7.5 inches. The weight is 3 ounces, and the blade width is slightly more than 3 millimeter, 3.3 millimeter or so. The knife is an EDC. It has a very good size. It's not too big, it's not too small, but it looks a gentleman's knife also. If you put it out of your pocket and show it to people, it's not intimidating. The lock is lino lock. You can see it's very smooth, riding on nylon bushings. Also the opening is very smooth. It locks very tight. It was resharpened, but as you can see, the blade still stainless 154 cm is very good quality, and also many knives nowadays are produced by it. I call it an oldie goldie because I sold this knife in a very different version. It has micarta, white micarta handles instead of the wood ones. I sold it and I regretted it, and I was very glad to get back another one and replace it in my collection. It's like closing a circle. I'll let you see the blue anodized liners, the teardrop shaped pocket clip, the carbon fiber bolsters. The blade has got very nice finishing on it. The flat surface is stonewash, and the other ground surfaces are actually satin finished. Also, it's very nice to hold. The end of the anodized liner has jimping, which make it easier to hold. Again, it's not a hard use EDC knife. It's more of a gentleman, used for daily tasks, not hard work, maybe around the city, around the office. Again, highly collectible, and it came in many variations. One variation was the whole handle was made of one-piece carbon fiber. Another variation was replacing, as I told you, replacing the rosewood handles with white micarta. One version was the entire handle was wood, but I think that this design is the most appealing because it has the nice combination of all materials: wood, carbon fiber and titanium, making it a very unique knife and very rare at those times. At year 2001, they continue making it for several years. I think 3 years after the initial launch, Elishewitz stopped working with Benchmade. The agreement has expired, and he went working with Columbia River Knives and Tools and other knife collaborations. They removed the name Elishewitz from the blade, part of the contract probably, but continued to make the knife and called it a Benchmade design, which is kind of lying or kind of not telling the truth because it's an Elishewitz design. They had minor changes, probably just to make to make it a little different, but it basically remained the same for years until it was discontinued. It wasn't a cheap knife, it was a very high quality, highly it actually looks almost exactly like Elishewitz custom version. That's it. I hope you enjoyed this review, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.